Hello, very good morning and welcome to Adavan Newspaper Highlights. Today is Saturday, 25th of February 2017. This is Edward with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three leading daily newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline says, New law to standardize degrees from state non-state unis. Bill to be presented in Parliament soon. Item to be included. Amid the continuing controversy on the quality of higher education offered by private sector educational institutions, the Higher Education Ministry is to introduce legislation in Parliament to standardize the degree courses offered by state and non-state institutions, Minister Lakshman Kiriyala said yesterday. 11 injured in road accident. 11 people, including 3 children, were injured when the van they were travelling in towards Velavaya skidded off the road and toppled over at Holantavo on the Munaragala Bibile main road last evening. Katurugunda boat tragedy. Skipper arrested. The multi-day trawler was one among several others that left the Beruvala Fisheries Harbour. Police arrested 24-year-old Dinesh Ruwan Kumara, who was in charge of the boat which capsized off the coast of Kalutara last Sunday, killing 16 pilgrims. Wearing protective helmets made mandatory. Gazette notice issued by Transport Minister. Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva yesterday issued a Gazette notification making it mandatory for all motorcyclists, including pillion riders, to wear a protective helmet which does not conceal any part of the wearer's face. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. The main headline says, Constitutional Assembly Steering Committee agrees. Centre must have power to dissolve PCs to safeguard country's unity, territorial integrity and independence. Provision not in existing constitution. The steering committee of the Constitutional Assembly has agreed that the centre must have the power to dissolve the provincial councils or take over their powers, constitutional lawyer and UNP MP Dr. Jayampathy Wickramaratne said. He stated this speaking at the adjournment debate in Parliament on Wednesday. Indonesia invites President for state visit. Indonesian President Joko Widodo has invited President Maithripala Sirisena to pay a state visit to his country immediately after his scheduled participation at the Indian Ocean Rim Association Summit meeting to be held in Jakarta. The Indonesian President's Special Envoy A.M. Fachir, Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, delivered the letter of invitation to President Maithripala Sirisena at the Presidential Secretariat on Thursday. 18 illegal migrants arrested. The Sri Lanka Navy arrested 18 people who attempted to illegally migrate to New Zealand or Australia by sea last morning. These persons were taken into custody during a joint search operation conducted by the Sri Lanka Navy and the police at around 12 noon yesterday in the Lelama area, Negombo, while arriving at the beach in a van, Sri Lanka Navy spokesman said. Chief Justice K. Siripavan to retire on February 28. Chief Justice K. Siripavan will retire from service on February 28. The Supreme Court will have a ceremonial farewell on the same day. Justice Kanagasababadi J. Siripavan was a Deputy Solicitor General, a Judge, Presidential Court of Appeal and Puny Justice of the Supreme Court before being appointed Chief Justice on January 30, 2015. He was educated at Hindu College, Jaffna between 1962 and 1972. He joined the Sri Lanka Law College in 1974 and passed out as an attorney at law in 1976. Chief Justice Siripavan enrolled as an attorney at law on August 23, 1977 and practiced law at the unofficial bar of Sri Lanka between 1977 and 1978. He then joined the Attorney General's Department as an acting state counsel on February 13, 1978. He became a permanent state counsel on 1 January 1979. He was promoted to senior state counsel on March 3, 1989. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. Mosnak's foul up, constitution making, will executive presidency stay? moves to draft a new national constitution has hit a few snags because some clauses in the existing constitution cannot be expunged except through a referendum. The policy framework placed before the country by President Maithripala Sirisena ahead of contesting the 2015 presidential election stated that the executive presidency will be replaced by an executive system that will be accountable to the cabinet of ministers and parliament. When the new regime took office, the National Advisory Board was established on 12 January 2015 to ensure the constitution of democracy and for drafting a new constitution. $1 billion in Dubai Bank. Namal slaps CBK with defamation. Hambantota District SLFP MP Namal Rajapaksa has sent a letter of demand to former President Chandrika Kumaratunga demanding a sum of 250 million rupees for defamation of character by the latter. MR to meet Tamil and Muslim leaders, seeking support for Joe at LG polls. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa is scheduled to meet the leaders of the Tamil and Muslim communities next week to seek their support at the forthcoming local government elections. LRC seeks police protection for its lands in Batticaloa. Chairman of the Land Reforms Commission, Sumanadisa Dambugala, has written to the police department demanding police protection be provided to all lands under the purview of the LRC in the Batticaloa district. The decision has been taken by the LRC following an incident where the LRC Batticaloa District Director S. Kumar Kamalraj was shot at last Wednesday night. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Adavan Newspaper Highlights.